You know, y'all, the funny thing is, I don't understand why people think they just gonna do what they want to do out in these streets and get away with it. Jocelyn thought that she was gonna fight them officers backstage at Floyd Mayweather's fight, and she was gonna get away with it, and them officers wasn't gonna get you. Y'all, they done filed charges against Jocelyn, and it's looking like Mama is gonna get some serious time. Now, Jocelyn said, you know, people out of control don't need their kids. Maybe you don't need your daughter either now no more. Let's get into this story. Welcome to Royer's Corner. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, I'm glad you're back again. Hit the like button, comment your thoughts and opinions below. And if you're not a subscriber, what you waiting on? Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell on all. That way you see each and every time I post a video with you in mind. Y'all, let's get on into this. Because I told y'all, now I did the video with Jocelyn when this originally happened. I talked about Jocelyn when she fought Amber Rose. I talked about her in the situation with New York with the dog dirt. Y'all, it's been time for Jocelyn to get up off these streets, and they about to get her, okay? So arrest warrant issued for Jocelyn Hernandez after prosecutors charge Love and Hip Hop star with felony battery of police officers, okay? So here's your girl. Here she is. Jocelyn Hernandez had a warrant for her arrest issued by Florida prosecutors after the reality star was hit with criminal charges over her brawl at Floyd Mayweather's event, Radar Online has learned. Last month, Hernandez was arrested after getting into brawl with Big Lex, who appeared on her Zeus reality show, Jocelyn's Cabaret. Now that's on, the Zeus network. If y'all into the real hood ratchet stuff, you need to go check it out. I tried to get into it and it was just way too hood and right. It was just she just goes too far for me. Okay. So the altercation went down backstage at Floyd Mayweather's exhibition fight with John Gotti, the third. In a video of the fight, Hernandez can be seen attacking Big Lex violently. Okay, so if you haven't seen that video, go look that up, y'all. That was insane. Jocelyn was beating the mess out of that girl, and the girl wasn't even able to really fight back. Like, it was just too much. The two were eventually broken up, but Hernandez continued her rampage. The reality star started swinging at men who tried to calm her down. As reported, Hernandez was arrested after cops arrived at the scene. Now Hernandez faces more legal trouble. Okay, so here's a little clip of that fight. I don't know if y'all seen it or not. Real quick, but here she was just swinging on everybody, y'all. She was just going in. She was just doing way too much. Okay, so you can go check that out. According to the court documents obtained by RadarOnline.com last week, Florida prosecutors filed a series of charges against Hernandez. The list included felony resisting officers. Let's see, with violent, felony battery on law enforcement officers, misdemeanor battery touch or strike causes bodily harm, and misdemeanor trespass charges. Okay. Woo, this is a lot, y'all. That is a lot. In addition, a warrant for Hernandez arrest was issued by the court. The Shade Room was the first to report the warrant. Okay. Jocelyn Boo, you going down. I hope you enjoyed all of these days of fabulosity and richness. And they say she in love with the cocoa, so I hope you getting your last few hits, Boo, because you going down. And I think it's best that you turn yourself in and don't let them come for you. Okay. In the arrest report, officers said he made contact with Hernandez in the backstage dressing room at the event. He says she was exiting the dressing room on the event level of the FLA Live Arena. Okay. The officer said Hernandez exited the bathroom within the dressing room and began verbally assaulted and began to verbally assault the law enforcement officers they informed her that she needed to leave the property. Okay. So all they was doing is telling her what she needed to do. They was giving instructions. They was going to follow through with the instructions. Okay. In an attempt to calm down the defendant, victim one, redacted name, shouted to her, please calm down. The defendant began verbally assault the victim before throwing a cell phone at him which struck him in the head. Officers then took the defendant into custody. The report read, okay? So if you didn't see all of that, I verbally seen my eyes when Jocelyn did attack these officers. It was all on camera and I was in shock. Like I could not believe, that's why I believe she was on the cocoa, because I would hope that in your right mind that you wouldn't attack police officers like this with all that we got going on in our society with the Black Lives Matter and police brutality and all of that. But whatever, okay? So once in custody, the defendant continuously pulled, braced, and tensed all in effort to prevent the officers from transporting her to the patrol vehicle, the report said. Additionally, the defendant attempted to kick officers while yelling racial slurs at the officers involved, which she did do all of this. Y'all can go back and watch the video. The report claimed once Hernandez was in the patrol car, she refused to provide any identity information, excuse me. Officers said they spoke to the second victim, who advised that while sitting on the entry level of FLA Live Arena, the defendant walked up to her, threw a cardboard box at her head, and then began to strike her about her face and head with closed fist. Okay. And so I believe they're talking about Big Lex when her and Big Lex started fighting. The victim said Hernandez continued to kick her while she was on the ground, which this is probably Big Lex because that's what happened. Hernandez has yet to appear in court, y'all. So Jocelyn is going to jail. I'm going to tell you that right now. She's had too many other offenses against her. The behavior is out of pocket, out of line, and we cannot continue to go about like this as if this is okay, normal behavior. I would like to say that, and maybe this is a stretch, but Jocelyn is the reason we have so many of our young ladies out here like Carlitha lying, doing whatever they want to do. We got to put people like this in check and let them know that you cannot get away with your crimes. You cannot get away with just beating up people. Like, I don't understand how these girls still get on Zeus on Jocelyn's show and let her pound them every season. I want to say this is like the third or fourth season. Like, it's crazy. It's craziness. But we've seen this behavior on Love and Marriage, not Love and Marriage, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. We've seen this on Jocelyn's Cabaret. We've seen this behavior, when she went to College Hill Celebrity Edition. When is enough enough? When are we going to hold Jocelyn Hernandez responsible for the behavior that she continues to have? This violent behavior, this disrespectful behavior. When are we going to check this? At what point in time is enough going to be enough? Is she going to pay, she's going to pay for the when is she going to pay for the crimes that she has committed? She has assaulted someone in public, not just Big Lex, but the other people that she was throwing her hands and fists at. You doing too much. And then you assaulted the police officers as well. You could have just left and went on about your business like they was going to let you do, but no, you had to get feisty and put your hands on them and throw objects at them, and now we got to hold you accountable. So my judgment, I'm calling at least 2 years for Jocelyn. One for, you know, the beat up of, well, you know what? I ain't even gonna really do her on Lex like that, because I have heard that her and Lex been having beef going back and forth for a while now. So Big Lex, I'm not even worried about that. And I've seen your show on the other network, Big Lex, and you be just as hood as Jocelyn. Not as ready to go as Jocelyn be, but I've seen you be just as hood. But she definitely needs to have some time for the officers that she assaulted and for your drug problem. You know, you need to get in a facility. So I think a year in the jail and then a year in a sober house, you know, where you're a year in we'll start you off in a rehab and then go to a sober house and get your life together. You got a daughter, you got a husband, you got people to live for, Jocelyn. We need you to get it together and be a good example for the young girls out here that are looking up to you like your daughter. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. Hit the like button on this video. Do you think Jocelyn needs to go to jail? Did you see the fight where she assaulted the officers? It was a mess, y'all. And they say mama is in love with the Coco. I want her in rehab for a year, and I think a year in jail will do her real good for the assault of the officers, because they didn't do nothing but was trying to do their job, which was get you out the building. Leave your thoughts and opinions below. Hit the like button on this video. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'll catch y'all next time in Royer's Corner. Bye.